Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So I'm Dan from Trading with Dan, and this is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall quickly go over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4-hour. We were saying yesterday, mainly based on the stochastics and the general posturing, that we were looking at potentially taking out these lows and another little liquidity hunt dip to the downside, potentially taking out these lows to grab some more liquidity, and then ideally, hopefully, we're then looking for a move back to the upside, and then breaking through this resistance. That's obviously the Goldilocks scenario is obviously the second part. The first part was just the more likely scenario, which is actually what happened. So that is good to see. So now it is a case of, can we either get back to the top of this range, which would be very bullish if we could, because what it would also mean is we're taking out these lower highs on this series of lower highs, which is clearly looking quite bearish. So just getting to the top of the range again, even if it's just to the bottom edge, so $57,500, that does obviously means that we taken out these lower highs, but also it means that we're not basically testing this bottom area again, because if we do stay particularly below this 55,000, if we get rejected at this 55,000 level, if we then put in another lower high, it's hard to not make a case for the higher likelihood scenario. The higher probability event is going to be that we break this 52,000 and then start to look for some sort of support, probably with a four handle. So yeah, we'll be looking at just sub 50,000, or even around 46,000. So obviously things are not looking ideal here in the medium and short term. Obviously longer term, we do know we're looking okay. All I would say is that the wider crypto market is not looking as bad, and also the stock markets are not looking as bad. So can Bitcoin have another big leg down in the face of those two markets that are doing obviously the altcoin market is pretty much still the crypto market, but that is not reflecting a potential breakdown in the price of Bitcoin at the moment. So it could be very likely that we are just trading within this wider range, as we've talked about, as I like to talk about. That's kind of the price action that I look for, movement within a wider range, and obviously the moves are basically predicted on basically the break-in and getting support at levels. So we either get supported or we break, then we go to the next one, and we either get supported or we break, then we go to the next one, both to the upside and the downside. But yeah, so at the moment you can see this is a pretty important level. I would just chart-wise, based on this, it does look like we could break down. We haven't looked at the stochastics yet. Maybe they're starting to look better, but I would suspect they're not at the moment. At best, we could hope for neutral. But yeah, it is kind of, we are kind of at a point where I think if I had to guess, and this is pure crystal ball speculation, if I had to guess, this would just be one of those points where the chart is looking pretty bearish, but we just all of a sudden miraculously turn it around and start going back up again, as we have seen at points like here, just turn back up again, points like here, then just turn back up again. I think we could be at one of those points, but again, that's just pure speculation, and all we've really got to look for is, are we gonna either take out these higher lows, these lower these lower highs, and then potentially take out this this resistance zone, or do we basically take out this 52,000 level, and then basically it's look out below. So yeah, that is what we're kind of looking at here. Bitcoin, I don't think we are realistically going to stay in this range for too much longer. I think we are gonna either get a move on, break this short-term lower high structure, and then catapult our way back through this resistance zone, or we are going to break down through here. I don't think we're just gonna trade sideways for too much longer in this zone. I think the market is going to make its mind up probably within, well, it's nearly the weekend, so I would say before Monday or Tuesday. That does seem like an eternity, but obviously it could be well before then. Let's have a look at this, guys. This is what you were waiting for. I mean, we could have drawn a bull flag projection, which we've literally hit on this as well, and probably a little bit extra. But yeah, looking very good. This is obviously my third and final major line in the sand. I would be expecting some sort of resistance, a pullback potentially at this level. Not just obviously things don't go up in a straight line. Ethereum though tends just to like to consolidate sideways. This Ethereum Satoshi pairing anyway tends to like to consolidate sideways though. At the moment is obviously looking pretty bullish, but we could get a pullback probably around this level would be a good level to get one. But obviously once we're through this, if we get through this, we are basically looking at this horizontal as the next sort of tentative level, and then realistically, like I said, we're looking for the top of this channel and this horizontal as well, and then maybe even break out the top of the channel and break on upwards. So it's looking very good. This is what we wanted to see. I personally wanted to see. I'm literally the absolute opposite of a Bitcoin maximalist. So yeah, this is where I want to see this and Bitcoin dominance down. But yeah, this is looking very, very good here. Very, very good. We are hitting an important level where I'd expect some sideways to down consolidation. So but we could just catapult through if we have the strength, but we'll just see. I mean, we'll just have to see. Again, it's a level, close above it. It's looking good. If we don't, then it's sideways to down whilst we potentially consolidate and await our next potential. Lots of potentials there. Break to the upside. Ethereum USD pairing, for what it's worth. You guys, I mean, it's like we analyze Bitcoin and then we analyze the Ethereum Bitcoin. It's like this is just a derivative of those two, so it kind of seems a little bit pointless looking at it. That's part of it. Not that obviously I don't care about fiat valuations, because I clearly do. But I mean, this is just a derivative of the two things we mainly look at, which is the Bitcoin one and the Ethereum Satoshi one. So yeah, as you can see, looking very good, back above this horizontal. I mean, it's just, like I said, I think we are just looking for an acceleration, a break and an acceleration up to potentially tap 3K is what I'm kind of expecting here. Could we trade sideways, consolidate in here for a bit longer? Yes, we could. If Bitcoin takes that leg down that we're talking about, could we move down obviously in this dollar pairing? Yes, we certainly could. And yeah, I mean, if we didn't, that would literally be the most phenomenal thing that I would have seen recently in crypto. If Bitcoin takes this leg down towards the 50Ks, $4,000 down, and Ethereum holds 2,400, let's say, this level here, that would literally be incredible. But hey, let's see how it plays out. Again, stock markets, like I said, looking good. Obviously had a little bit of a pullback, but looking good. Yeah, looking good. So that obviously kind of flies in the face of any downward pressure that could be due to the correlation with this. DXY pretty much nicely came back, forward check, back checked our level, our important level, the level that I basically was saying this is where I turn medium term bearish. Back checked, forward check, yeah, back check, that's it. And we are now we're looking for the paycheck now. We're looking for the paycheck move down to basically 90. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So that is clearly going to be a tailwind as opposed to a headwind for the Bitcoin price also. So it has got that going for it. You can see precious metals are moving nicely off the back of this move down. You can also see the gold silver ratio coming down, but that's not so important. Not so important to you guys. Gold as well busted through this zone as well. So yeah, looking good. I mean, yeah, I mean, this was realistically going to be the area, the low area to buy. Gave you a second opportunity to buy. Always beware when the market gives you a second opportunity to buy. If it gives you a third opportunity, don't buy. But yeah, gave you a second opportunity, a double, but one of those infamous double bottoms, and then yeah, now we're looking to move to the upside. So hope you guys were accumulating down here. I certainly was. Bitcoin dominance. Just look at it, guys. Imagine saying this was bullish. Imagine. But anyway, we have at present, this is obviously a larger time frame trend line, so it could obviously, its actual position could vary, but we are through this. So I mean, we could have a cascading move to the downside based on this. There's obviously a lot of momentum in this move as well. Obviously, things don't move down in a straight line, but things do gather momentum, and this has a lot of momentum. This move. I mean, you can see we've not seen anything like this move. This move, anything with as much momentum as this move has, as pretty much on this chart anyway. From this move up here, we did have as much momentum, but even this move down looks like it is further. We have come lower than this point here, and we dropped from a point higher than this point there equals further. So yeah, this move is pretty amazing. Does this tell us something like possibly we are getting crypto is becoming a more accepted, more important asset class, more used. All these altcoins, all this infrastructure around Bitcoin, it's all becoming valuable and used. Is that what this is telling us? Is Bitcoin dominance coming down? Is it coming at? Is it going to be out for the count? Is it just gonna? I don't know why the rest of this chart won't populate. But anyway, is it coming down to basically into the 20s, and then maybe in the next bear market have a pullback to around this 50%, and then we just continue down? I mean, it would make sense to me. Basically, just ignoring Bitcoin maximalists. They're basically the Peter Schiffs of Bitcoin. Ignore of crypto. Ignore those guys. Basically, it is good for crypto and Bitcoin if we have like a thriving market, just infrastructure around the whole space, with lots of use cases, lots of things being used, rather than people just Bitcoin store of value. It's just a bit of an asinine narrative. And is it actually counterproductive? Because all of this movement, fair enough, the Bitcoin maximalists may sit there enviously looking at the performance of these altcoins, but ultimately they still are holding Bitcoin, which will be going up in fiat value, probably on the basis of the fact that there is a lot of use cases and adoption around the crypto space, even though it's not in Bitcoin itself. So yeah, there you go. Let's have one last look at the if this is it, our super trend indicator. If it's going to load, because as you can see, we did flip-flop around here. We did then get a decent long trade, and then it called you to short at I believe it would have been, yeah, this level here. So called you to short at basically just under 62k. It did push up a few $1,000s above, but then it did drop down a good few $1,000s below. This is saying is going to break to the upside, currently at 57. Which obviously the lower this comes down, and then if we can break above, that's clearly it's a bullish signal based on this indicator anyway. So yeah, that is realistically what we are wanting, stroke hoping for. As bearish as this looks, if we can get back to the top of this range, this range that we're in here, then we've got a good chance of basically breaking above it and then continuing upwards into the 70, into the potentially towards the 70Ks. So yeah, all looking good, all looking, well, that's just why did I even say that? It is, to be honest, lots of things are looking good. We are mostly looking good in the whole financial sphere, traditional markets, crypto as a whole. Just Bitcoin is the odd one out at the moment, but that is not to say it just can't just turn on a sixpence, turn on a dime, and then break above this 58.5, and then just continue to the upside. So yeah, there you go, guys. There's your morning pep talk, your morning rallying cry. But yeah, thanks for listening. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.